Live from the Febvre Stadium on the campus of Placer High School. Touchdown Productions, now in our 17th season of local high school sports television, is proud to present Placer Hillmen football. Tonight in the battle for first place in the PVL, your 3-0 Placer Hillmen take on the 2-1 Colfax Falcons. There is only one game left after tonight, and first place hangs in the balance. We've got all the action right here, right now, on your NorCal Game of the Week. The first place Placer Hillmen enjoy their home field one more final time in this regular season as they get set to take on the perennial rival, the Colfax Falcons. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. This is Marty Mortensen. Along with me tonight are color commentators Steve Sitter and Scott Hopper. Our producer and director is Gilbert M. Dominguez. And, of course, the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team of Daniel Paddock, Chase Baxter, and Cameron Hodges are here and ready to go at Placer High School for this all-important PVL contest. And, Scott, the Hillmen are definitely on a roll and are undefeated in league play.
That's right, Marty. What's interesting is that last week's victory brought the Hillmen up to 500 overall for this year. It's very rare when you see a 500 team lead the league.
Yeah, and meanwhile, for the Falcons, their only loss this season came in the hands of the Center Cougars in Week 2 of league play. This after they defeated the undefeated Bear River Bruins with a late fourth quarter touchdown. Since then, they've run the table. Tonight, it's the Placer Hillmen, and next week, it's the Lincoln Zebras. So right now, every game is important, and it looks like the league title will definitely go down either this week or the final week before we know who goes to the preseason play.
Yeah, and once again, we should look for outstanding ball control and a very deceptive offense for the Hillmen, plus a strong passing attack and aggressive line play in the trenches for the Falcons.
So the table is set here at Auburn at Placer High School with their brand new lighting. And so we'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight on NCTV Channel 11 and Suddenlink Channel 16, ACTV Channel 20 in Auburn, and, of course, on Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube channel. We've got PVL action straight ahead. It's the undefeated Placer Hillmen taking on the 2-1 Colfax Falcons. Coming up next, right here on your Touchdown Production Sports Network.
Welcome to Plaza Tire and Automotive Service in Grass Valley. At Plaza Tire and Automotive Service, the customer comes first. We only do what's right for the customer, not necessarily what's right for business. Third generation family member, learned all that I know from my Grandpa Fred, my dad, my Uncle Mike, my grandma. My entire family's been a huge part of learning about the automotive industry. Grass Valley is our fourth location, and you can also find us in Colfax, Penn Valley, and Nevada City. I am Blake Hauser, and I welcome you to join us for the grand opening at our Grass Valley location.
We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I've been shopping here for about 20 years, and the people are very courteous, and I especially like the meat counter. It's nice. You have a great selection, very helpful.
Because it's local, it's small, they have wonderful selections of things I need, and the personnel are very nice.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Foothill Flowers has been owned and operated by the Johnson family since 1966. Our flowers are handpicked at the San Francisco Flower Mart, and we get fresh shipments from Hawaii every week. We specialize in unique arrangements for any occasion. Our design staff has 80 years of experience. Every order comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Foothill Flowers, quality and service since 1966.
Welcome back to Febvre Stadium on the campus of Placer High School. Marty Mortensen along with Steve Sitter and Scott Hopper bringing you all this exciting PVL action. Tonight it's senior parent night. The seniors will be out here in full force with their parents as this is the last home game of the season for the Placer Hillmen. And before they get introduced, maybe we can talk a little bit about what we expect in this game here tonight.
Well, the Placer Hillmen, as we know, come into the game sitting on top. So we're going to take a look at the standings here to bring you up to speed on where we are. So there we go. We have the Placer Hillmen at 3-0, and we have Lincoln at 2-1, Center 2-1, Colfax 2-1. Interestingly, there's a big pileup at the top of the standings, which creates a pileup at the bottom. Bear River 0-3. Foothill 0-3. Bear River playing tonight at Lincoln. Ever big game for Bear River. They need a win badly if they plan to make it to the playoffs. Foothill not doing real well, as you can see throughout the season at 1-7. Bear River again started the season 5-0. High expectations for that team, but coming into the PVL, they have struggled all season long.
As we take a look at the SFL, you see Rockland and Del Oro both on top, 3-0 and 6-2 overall. That's going to be interesting coming down to the wire, although Del Oro playing Nevada Union tonight. So kind of not the most difficult game of their season. Granite Bay, Wood Creek, and Roseville all tied at 1-2. And there's Nevada Union sitting at the bottom 0-3 and 0-8 overall, looking for their first win tonight against Del Oro.
Well, I talk about the PVL volleyball now, as Placer last night ran the table on Bear River, and so Placer 8-1, 20-8 overall. Bear River at 7-2 in second place. That'll be postseason play for them, 17-14, followed by Colfax, Lincoln, Center, and Foothill, as the PVL volleyball looks like a two-team race. But Placer was beaten by Bear River, and then Bear River was now tables were turned and was beaten last night by Placer on a 3-0 volleyball run.
Sierra Foothill volleyball, again, last week we were talking about Granite Bay at 28-0. Now they come to us at 9-0 in the Sierra Foothill, but astounding 31-0 for a volleyball team, or any team for that matter, to play 31 games and not fall once is pretty incredible. Rockland 8-1, 25-9, certainly phenomenal season for that club. And then you look at Roseville 4-5. The Sierra Foothill League volleyball is a very, very difficult league to win. Nevada Union, they are standing at 3-6. They are above 500 at 16-14. Del Oro 2-7. And 7-22 overall, and Wood Creek 1-8 and 10 and 16, dropping their last 5.
There's a shot of the senior parents along with their. Well, I don't see any of the football players there, so I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe we got. I would assume the senior players would come out with their parents.
Traditionally, yes, the student would be there.
Yeah. And there's a good shot of the press box up in the press box tonight. Pete DeFore and his crew from K-High. And we'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Colfax Placer Hillmen football on Touchdown Production Sports Network.
As we can see off in the distance, we have the football players coming to the field, led by the Hillman Marching Band. It's a very nice band. They put on a great show for us last week at halftime.
to a Chuck Mangione song, if I remember correctly.
Very good. And they did Aha.
So the senior players will file out over into amongst the group of their parents, and we should have the introductions here in just a minute. The rest of the team will go over to the sidelines, and we'll be ready to go. Let's see if they go in numerical order, then we'll start it out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'd like to continue an honored tradition at Placer High School. The Hillmen football program would like to recognize and thank the parents of our senior players.
Yeah, the parents do an outstanding job going taking them to the game, all the games and everything else, and supporting the kids all the way from the junior programs on up to the varsity. And after 4 years of varsity play, the parents are due to take a bow.
The time, the energy, the driving, the capital expenditures. There's quite a commitment to the team.
So leading the parade here of seniors with their parents, we got Bart Avery.
Number 2, Bart Avery with his dad, Lynn Avery, and mom, Terry Baylor.
It's a good shot there of the parents. And then number 7, Austin LeBeau.
With his dad, Gregory LeBeau, and mom, Suzanne LeBeau, and family. Number 9, Chris Castillo.
Chris Castillo.
Lorenzo Castillo and mom, Carmen.
Next senior to be introduced. He is the kicker for the Placer Hillmen.
Number 10 is Todd Valier.
Todd Valier, we'll be seeing a lot of him tonight. And his
mom, Shannon, and family.
His family will be following out behind.
Number 11 is Coulter Steinheimer with his dad Gary
Coulter Steinheimer
and
his mom and dad.
And family.
Senior wide receiver and defensive back. Here's the name we'll be hearing most of the night tonight. We'll be calling number 18, Logan Strange.
Strange and mom, Michelle Strange.
His mom and dad. He is the quarterback, and a great quarterback he is.
Number 33, Cody Guest.
Cody Guest, number 33.
And his mom, Stacy Guest.
Cody is the running back and linebacker.
Number 42 is Cameron Scott.
Cameron Scott, fullback, defensive end senior, number 42.
Number 44 is Miles Lenover with his dad, Ken Lenover.
Miles Lenover, defensive lineman. Mom walking with her carnation.
Number 45 is Robbie Lopez.
Robbie Lopez, number 45, tight end, linebacker.
Rob Lopez, mom, Michelle Lopez, and family.
Mom gets the carnation, and Dad walks along with the with a smile. clapping his hand. He's got knee braces on both knees. That's
Number 58 is Brandon Pearson.
Brandon Pearson, number
With his
58.
dad, Jason Pearson, mom Jenny Pearson, and family.
That's a good shot. Brandon Pearson.
Number 62 is Michael Nunez.
Michael Nunez, a center and defensive lineman.
And grandmother Irene.
He won't be playing tonight, so we can. He looks like he's got an injury there.
Number 65, Sam Queen.
Sam Queen, number
With his
65.
dad, Scott Queen and mom Linnell Queen and family.
It's a big kid.
Yeah, I was going to say, he towers over his mom and his brother real quick.
Number 66 is Nathan Durham.
Nathan
With his
Durham,
mom,
offensive
Cheryl
lineman and
Durham,
defensive
and family.
lineman. Another big young man there.
Number 67 is Brad LaRue. With his dad, Bob LaRue. His mom,
Brad
Jennifer
LaRue,
Rudolph,
offensive lineman,
and
defensive
stepfather,
lineman,
Greg
senior.
Rudolph.
With his parents.
Number 70, Tristan Scraber.
Tristan
With his
Scraber,
dad, Jeff
offensive
Scraber,
lineman, defensive end,
His
number
mom,
70.
Holly Scraber, and family.
Well, there's some big kids on, on that line, boy.
Number 71 is Ryan Kutchenthal.
Ryan
With his
Kutchenthal,
dad, John
offensive tackle,
Kutchenthal,
defensive
And
lineman.
his mom, Renata, and family.
Good shot there of Ryan and his family.
And number 78 is Nick Daniel with his dad, Mike Daniel.
Nick Daniel,
His mom,
offensive
Rebecca
lineman.
Daniel,
Defen-
and family.
defensive lineman.
This is also senior night
Senior night also for the
Placer High School
cheerleaders.
Cynthia
There's
Davis,
Cynthia
with his
Davis,
dad, Jonathan Handy,
first one out.
mom Elizabeth Handy, and family.
They put in just about as much time as the football players do. Get these routines down, and Placer's got a great cheerleading squad along with the dancers.
Second is Regan Decker with her dad, Chris Decker, and mom, Nancy Decker.
Regan Decker.
Next we have Allie Dodds with her dad, Bruce Dodds, and mom, Marcia
Allie Dodds.
Next is Andrea Farrell with her mom, Cynthia Farrell, and family.
Andrea Farrell, senior cheerleader.
And Arla Gibson with her dad,
Arla
Mark
Gibson.
and mom, Carol Cook.
A lot of senior cheerleaders will be retiring. Whole new squad next year.
Eugene Huntsberry with her grandfather, Howard Huntsberry,
Huntsberry.
and her grandmother, Phoebe Huntsberry. Anna Ray with her dad, Ted Ray, and
Anna
mom,
Ray.
Lisa Ray. Avery Schrock, with her dad Todd Schrock, and mom Elizabeth Schrock, and family.
The Schrock family. Got a junior cheerleader
with her
there.
mom Laura Titus and family.
Titus family
Parents and
there.
athletes, we at Placer High School want you to
Salute
know
all
that
of
you will never
the
be
seniors
forgotten.
tonight.
Thanks for the memories and good luck tonight.
All right, we'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Placer Hillmen and the Colfax Falcons right here on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Preserve the memories of your special player or team forever at obphoto.com, the official photographer of Bear River football. At obphoto.com, you'll find the highest quality prints, mouse pads, coasters, photo buttons, cases for iPhones and iPads, t-shirts, sweatshirts, travel mugs, and more. obphoto.com even makes special requests. So enjoy the memories of the season at obphoto.com, your source for Bear River sports photos.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title is your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations and thank you for keeping your business local.
The Beam Center joins forces with Admiral Electric to offer you electrical services for your home and has a new line of whole house fans which will save you energy. They're also your headquarters for big screen TVs in Grass Valley, including the new 3D TVs, and feature the First Alert security systems, as well as the famous Beam Central Vac system. It's fun and function at the Beam Easy Living Center in Grass Valley. The Old Town Cafe is the oldest continuously operating restaurant in Grass Valley. Serving breakfast and lunch 7 days a week, the Old Town Cafe is now open for dinner every Friday and Saturday night with nightly specials like steaks, seafood, along with draft beer and wine. Stop by to see football at the OTC with drink and appetizer specials. It's football fun for the whole family at the Old Town Cafe. And of course, brought to you by Touchdown Productions, the foothill leader in sports television. This is Gil Dominguez saying thanks for joining us tonight, and be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game, created by Stuckey Engravers. Once again, the Touchdown Productions sports team will select the most deserving NU player and honor them with a beautiful plaque made by Stuckey's. So stay tuned after the game for the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, created by Stuckey Engravers, and coming up immediately after this exclusive telecast.
We're back here at Febvre Stadium on the campus of Placer High School as the Placer High School team comes out to the center of the field after the seniors have been introduced. They'll do their warm-ups. And Joey Montoya goes out and watches over his group of kids. And Steve, you got any inside information you might want to share with us here on this game tonight?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it inside information. Both teams have vastly different offensive strategies. Colfax going straight through the air and Placer going straight through on the ground. And that's very indicative when you look at the overall season stats. Logan Strange, the quarterback for Placer, has 842 total yards, but Todd Valier, the running back, has 969. So you look over at Colfax, Michael Wilson, the Colfax quarterback, has 2,294 passing yards, and their leading rusher, Tim Rollins, has 428 yards. So it really is no secret what's going to happen here tonight. Placer's going to try and dominate on the ground. Colfax is going to try and dominate through the air. It's just a matter of which defense can adjust first.
Well, so I was talking to Pete DeFore earlier. He's the K-High broadcaster for the voice of Placer High School. And he was saying it could turn into a track meet tonight between these two teams, but I don't know. After seeing both of these defenses, I would suspect, I'm going to go on record, this might be a defensive struggle here tonight. Anybody have any conjecture on that?
Well, I would agree with that, and the one area that I do believe that Placer has strength, and that's between the tackles. They have dominated every line that they've faced, maybe not early, but through the stretch, down the stretch, they have absolutely dominated, not giving up, but very few points in the fourth quarter, which is critical. I did read in the Journal today that coach from Placer, Joey Montoya, he said that he's the underdog here tonight because early in the year they were picked to finish fourth, but I find that hard to believe. They are the home team. They are on a roll. They haven't dropped a game this season. And at the same time, their school is twice the size of Colfax. So if I had to go on record, which I will right here, I think Placer takes this one.
I tend to agree with that one. As one of the other things, too, that Colfax, even they're only 15 miles away, they just don't have the draw from the local area as Placer does. And, of course, Placer, when they go into the playoffs in both basketball and football, they got to move up to Division III. And so that and they are, without a doubt, a bigger and a stronger school. It's just a matter of can it be running against passing, and we'll have to see how that shakes out.
It's a clear night, and I don't suspect that anybody would have any problem. No wind, no moisture. There will be a little dew later. Footing may get a little bit uncomfortable on the natural turf, but at the end of the day, you have to stop the run, and I'm not sure that Colfax has the talent between the tackles to do that. They have so many options. Steve, you mentioned to me earlier in conversation that Placer had, I don't know, what was the number of running backs that they have?
Oh, I didn't get a total, but it's much more than Colfax. It's looking like 9 different Placer players with a carry, and for Colfax, it's just 7.
So they have depth at the running back position. There was a gentleman last week that we saw, and he plays defensive end. His name is Michael Downen, and he's the only sophomore on the Placer Hillmen team. Keep an eye out for number 80. Last week he tallied 12 tackles, including a sack, as a sophomore, leading that defensive squad.
That also shows speed on the part of Placer. They have speed on offense and on defense. And the best way to disrupt a passing offense is by a quick line and getting the quarterback uncomfortable. And I think if Placer can do that, I don't know that Colfax is going to have a response.
Well, if we look out on the field, the Hillmen have been out there for quite a while. We've got 15 minutes to kick off. Where is Colfax? The team, I don't see him anywhere. So, did the bus make it?
Good question. I don't see any sign of a player anywhere.
No. Maybe they're just mailing it in tonight. What do you think?
I think this is a big game, and I think that their coach, Tony Martello, he has them in the locker room. He's trying to fire his team up, telling them how important this is of a contest. PVL is in the grasp for Colfax. They did lose to Center earlier in the year, and Placer is yet to play Center. They'll match up with them next week. Big matchup there, and Center has a prolific quarterback.
Well, last week I was at the Bear River game against Center, and the quarterback, the young man for Center, they held him all night long until the fourth quarter when they had a 3rd and 25. Bear River was still in the game, but 3rd and 25, and he ran the ball. Took a direct snap, ran down the sideline, went right through the Bear River corners, and picked up the first down. They went on to score and then scored. Bear River had 6 turnovers. And I don't care who you are, how good your team is, if you've got 6 turnovers in one game, you are going to have a problem. Marty Mortensen along with Steve Sitter and Scott Hopper, and there's a good shot of the bus that just showed up, and it's almost time for kickoff, and the players don't have their pads on. Fortunately they got their pants on, no shoulder pads. They've got to get out here before 7:30. The crowd from Placer has been cheering. I mean, I've never seen this before in all the games I've done and all the high school games I've ever attended, or any game. And the bus, how do you get lost between
what do we have,
Colfax?
14 miles.
15 miles. There they are. I wonder if the referees will cut them some slack. What do you think?
I would think that they'll get a penalty, and that this is certainly not the way you want to start a PVL championship possible game. Certainly Tony Martello is not going to be pleased that he's not going to get a proper warm-up. His kids are going to feel rushed. I would think that Placer probably will stuff it down their throat right away.
They have received the penalty? Okay.
This would also make the second week in a row that the visiting team has committed a penalty before the game has started. And I said last week that I'd never seen it before, and now I've seen it twice in as many weeks.
Yeah, that is some strain. And then you followed right up with another 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct or a personal foul or whatever else. So that's tough. They're still getting dressed over on the sideline. The bus is still parked out in the street.
There are 2 Colfax captains out there for the coin toss, I guess, just to register the fact that they are here on time somewhat.
And ultimately, I don't think that these are gentlemen that are going to be suiting up.
Nope.
These are probably injured players that are not involved in tonight's action.
Those there, the Placer captains out there.
Yeah, we have number 61 out at midfield, and he's not even listed on our roster.
So they'll, I don't even know if they have the shoes tied yet. Are out in the center of the field, are ready to go from the Placer sideline. First time for everything, I guess, huh?
What a way to begin.
Yes. I mean, what time school get out today? And normally the varsity comes for the JV game, and they watch the game, and at halftime they go put their uniforms on. So there was a major snafu, I think, here for this, and they're going to get right off the bus, not warmed up. It's a wonder they could find their helmets and everything else. So
I would certainly be worried about injuries here,
especially if you're not warmed up and you get yourself a tear someplace. Wow! So now we got one player that's maybe they just got him out of the stands and put a jersey on him. That is number 58. It looked like. Or is that 58?
I saw a 61, and we don't have a 61 on the roster.
That might be, it's 68.
And that'd be
That's
Cameron
Jackson. He's only a junior.
And with him is number 6, Tanner Meinster, who is also a junior.
So strange things are happening out here at this ball game. So they're out at the referees, and the 2 junior captains are out there at the center of the field.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me at all if those 2 were injured, so they didn't need to put pads on.
Yeah, right. I guess you must be on the roster. You just can't send a mom or dad out there to get the coin toss, right? Oh, that is...
this is strange.
Oh, man. So let's see now if they're going to... in the JV game that Placer won big time tonight, the referees were mic'd, so maybe we'll be able to hear the toss of the coin here tonight. I don't know what happens if you don't. I know right away we know there's a fifth. Did you see a flag thrown?
No, but if they didn't show up on time,
yeah.
I would think there has to be some.
A literal delay of game?
Literally, yes. When I look across the field and I see Michael Wilson, he looks like a relief pitcher over there working out in the bullpen. He's on the hurry up.
Well, that's got to be embarrassing for the bus driver if he did indeed get lost. But, I mean, it's all you got to do is get on the freeway, head south, and get off at Palm Avenue. I mean, how you gonna miss that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just wondered if Pete DeFore and his crew upstairs, if they had to fill that whole time on live radio, that's he's going to have to earn his wings tonight with doing that. Wow. So there goes the bus behind us. And that bus driver, if he did get lost, I'm surprised these kids know where the school is. I'm surprised they didn't tell them and say, hey, this is what route you got to take. But who knows?
And just a moment ago, I saw Tony Martello having a conversation with the referee off on the side. Maybe a reprimand.
So they're your captains out there in the center of the field for Placer. They've been out there for about 10 minutes waiting for the bus to arrive for Colfax. And this could be a real tough start for Colfax, as Placer has, outscored their opponents in these three league games big time in the first quarter. So they get them down and they never let them up. So we'll have to see what happens here tonight. So now he's explaining to number 68, that's Cameron Jackson, the junior, looks like he's injured. And they're now going to ask him, what do you want to do? Hope they were told what the plan was.
I think Placer just won the toss.
Oh,
there.
They did? Okay. They'll probably defer.
That's been the trend this year.
Yep. So now we're about ready to get underway here. Well, they are going to receive the kickoff.
That's what I would have done with a stiff team,
Oh,
not quite ready to go.
Yeah.
Strike early before they get warmed up.
Well, I think we're going to have a ball game here in just a minute as the band will get ready to play our national anthem.
And that's led by Dave Lawrenson.
Placer's got a great band and a great musical organization. So we'll rise now for the playing of our national anthem. We'll be right back for the kickoff as Placer and Colfax get ready to play for the league title. All right, nice job as usual by the Placer High School band as we're ready for a football game now. As the Placer fans to our right and to our left get into this ball game, keeping time to the music with being played by the Placer High School band. So Placer will receive. Colfax will kick off. Excitement in the air, fellas.
It's pretty amazing that Colfax has only been here for 6 minutes, and now we're going to be kicking off.
Well, let's see if they assessed them a. Well, it looks like they did assess them a penalty because they They're lining up, Placer's lining up on the 50-yard line, and so they'll move it back 15 yards. Let's see if they're, no, I guess not. Oh, they're going to throw the flag now. Okay, now they're going to move them back. Unsportsmanlike conduct they should assess that on the bus driver. What do you think, huh?
Pretty incredible beginning here.
2 weeks in a row, huh?
That's right.
And Placer was the recipient of both of them.
Last week, Lincoln did start out a little dirty. They had a lot of penalties early, but they cleaned it up.
Deep for Placer, number 5, Austin Hess, and number 10, Todd Valier.
And Todd Valier is quite a weapon for the Hillmen.
And he'll get the ball inside the 30. That's going to be a short kick. And a fair catch is called, and it'll be right at the 50-yard line. Steinheimer got the fair catch, and it'll be Placer ball on their own 50-yard line, 1st and 10.
At midfield.
The Hillmen, they run the traditional wing T.
In motion is Blackwell. And going for about 8 yards on that handoff, that was Scott, big running back. Picks up about, let's see where they spotted, about 7 yards. It'll be.
He had a huge hole running behind number 71.
There's a handoff trying to go around that right side. He does, and he's going to get the first down, run out of bounds. That is number 10, Valier.
Chaz Reisinger with his tackle. At the Colfax 39, the yardage good for a Hillman first down.
So right away, it's the ball on the 39-yard of Colfax. So on the drive, that's reverse around the right side, and a nice tackle coming up there, making that stop. He was not fooled at all. That was number 25, and that is Medeiros.
At the 39.
So the ball's on the 30-yard line, no gain on the 39-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Handoff, right side, big hole, he could go. He's at the 20, 15, 10, knocked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Big hole, nobody there. That was Valier, the ball carrier.
Kyle Bryant came over to save the touchdown. Caught him at the 5. Valier comes into the game averaging roughly 8 yards a carry. That was significantly more than his average.
Inside handoff, they smother that at the line of scrimmage. First one in on that tackle, it looked like Scott, the ball carrier, but he was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's 2nd down. Might have been a loss, so that moved it back to the 6-yard line. So coming in with the play is Avery. Tight formation as usual for the Hillmen. Handoff right up the middle, and that only goes for a couple. Scott, the ball carrier. Got down to about the 4.5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Joey Montoya's early success has come directly behind Tristan Scraber, number 70, and Ryan Kuchenthal, number 71.
Here's a handoff, right side, big hole, cuts it in. He's going to go in for the touchdown! Hillmen! And that was Valier. So right away, with 9:38 left on the scoreboard here in the first quarter, they take the ball on the 50-yard line after that penalty and go right down the field for 50 yards and score on a 3rd and goal from the 4.5. So it's 6-0 right now with the extra point coming up. Good snap up, and it is good. 7-0 very quickly.
Good call to receive.
Yep.
Before the other team gets loose.
And Placer true to form. 7 offensive plays, 7 runs.
Here's the replay. Check it out.
There's our scoreboard. Touchdown production, 7-0. Placer Hillmen on the first drive. As you can see, it's a handoff, and they're trusting Scraber and Kuchenthal to dominate the line of scrimmage. Valier, again, very popular call. I'm not sure he did get in, but that was the call. Touchdown.
So right away, Placer out on top, 7-0 here early on.
On average, Placer has outscored their opponents in the first quarter 12-5.
Figueroa will be doing the kickoff for Placer. Back to receive. That's Nevarez, number 36. Can't see who the other return. Oh, here comes the kickoff. It's going to be a short kick to the right side, and it's going to be taken in there by number 36. That's Navarez, and he's going to be smothered at the 25-yard line by his. Let's see, the first one in on that was looked like number 6. That was Cole Blackwell.
So Michael Wilson comes into tonight's contest as the quarterback with the second most touchdowns with 33 on the season in the Sac Joaquin section.
So shotgun formation for Wilson. Oh, there's a 5-yard penalty right away, so here we go. Snap count.
They didn't have time to get focused before they got here.
That'll take the ball back to the 20-yard line where it'll be, now it's 1st and 15. Quick pass out in the flat, gets by one man. He's got some room over there, but had to come up right away and hold it for about 3-yard gain. And the tackle was the blue. Good coverage on that because he had a whole sideline to run down.
Placer likes to spread, or Colfax likes to spread you out.
So 2 receivers out here to the left. 2nd down and 12, looking for over the middle, and there's going to could be a pass interference. He was being tackled before the ball got there. Febvre the defender. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Febvre on that coverage. He got there a little bit early, but no call from the referee. Let's see. 2 backs in the backfield now. Wilson gets rid of that ball in a hurry. Rolling out, he's got his man short off the sideline. They're going to get back the original line of scrimmage as Rollins comes up and makes that stop.
Stopped on the play by Bart Every.
Nice. Rollins with the catch, being stopped in there by 3 defenders for Placer. So it's 4th down, and once again, it looks like Placer will be getting good field position here. This is not the way you want to start. Valera is back to receive. Good snap. Here's the punt. Oh, nice kick. Back to the 30-yard line. Fair catch call, and they'll have it. Placer will have it 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. But they'll start again.
So 3 and out.
Yep.
Placer's defense looks real strong against the pass. But certainly if Febvre would have been called for a pass interference for hitting him early, things would have been different.
It was a 44-yard punt there for Colfax.
He's got a strong leg. So going back to pass for the first time tonight. It's got a man deep, got down the field. Right. Oh, nice defensive coverage in there. He knocked that away. That ball was right in his hand. That looked like number 10. That hard with these numbers on these jerseys. Was that?
Let's take a look at that replay. Just at the last second, he got his hand up. But you have to remember that Colfax, they practice against the pass all the time.
Now here's a handoff, trying to sweep the right side. He breaks it loose down the sideline and coming over and making the stop at the 49-yard line. That was Valera again. Wow. Once he turns that corner and heads up, he's gone. Big yardage for a first down.
And it was Alex Navarez on the stop, number 36 for Colfax.
So here's a handoff over the right side again. They're favoring that right side. That goes nowhere. As the stop put on in there by Maderos. Loss of about a yard. Not wasting any time. Come to the line of scrimmage. Inside handoff. That is Blackwell, and he's going to pick up a few yards. Gets out to about the 44-yard line of Colfax. So here come the Hillmen. Right, you're going to get the first down. He may be if they give him forward motion. I think he did. That's stop the clock, move the chains. Blackwell the ball.
It will be a first down.
Placer playing exactly the kind of offense they wanted with 11 run plays so far to just one pass play.
Handoff, and he breaks it. He's going to go for the first down and more. There's a flag. It might be a hold or late hit. Let's see what they call. It was thrown back towards the. Looks like they're going to mark it off against Placer.
I think Frankie O'Neill got a huge hit in there. I think he may have even taunted him as he got up.
No, they're going to step it off against Colfax. Face mask call. So first down on the Colfax 23-yard line.
Everything is going Placer's way tonight.
Two backs in the backfield and a delayed handoff, and just tackle was just missed. And that was the ball carrier's LeBleu. And there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that call is. Holding against Placer. That'll move it back. They'll step it off.
That was Bailey Bean, number 8, on the stop.
The defensive line is not getting any penetration at all. That play took a long time to develop, and there was nobody in the backfield for the Colfax Falcons. Looking to pass. It's a screen pass, and he throws it away, heads up play. They didn't fool anybody there, so that'll bring up second down and about 20.
Strange does a nice pass. He throws a nice ball. Could pick this up. Probably going to look to pass.
Well, Bear River, I just heard the score from Bear River. They're trailing 7-0 right now. It was 6:38 in the first quarter. So they got to win tonight. Okay, here's a handoff, a delayed handoff, and he took it himself and lost some yardage. So Colfax is fired up. They're throwing for another loss. Now ball's moved all the way back to the 34-yard line.
That was Navarez and Barnes in on that very hard hit on Strange.
Blackwell comes into the ball game along with O'Neill. Passing situation here for the Hillmen. Rolling out, looking, got a man right over the middle and man to the outside. That's going to be short of a first down, though. Good defense in there by number 8. That was Bailey Bean. O'Neill was the receiver. That'll bring up fourth down. Let's see if they attempt a field goal. Their kicker's got a good leg. Saw him warm up in. Nope, they're going to bring in a play. It's 4th and 9. O'Neill flanks out here to the right. Passing play again. Looking right over the middle. And he's wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Placer. That was O'Neill. Wow,
that was just your backyard post route.
Yep, certainly was, and he was wide open. Nice pass, touch pass in there by the quarterback, Strange. Here's the extra point attempt. Ball's put down, snapped, and up.
Okay, let's take a look at that again. Look at the amount of time that Strange had to deliver that ball. Drop back 3 yards, 5 yards. Still, there's no one there. No pressure at all.
He only had 2 backs going out for the pass.
And he threw an exceptional ball to O'Neill for the touchdown. We'll take a look at our Touchdown Production Game of the Week YouTube channel scoreboard. All Hillmen 2 points above their average at this point with 5:51 to play.
Well, that didn't take long. Oh, Colfax down early. There's remnants of exactly what Colfax did, what the Placer did to Bear River that first night we played. Let's see if he tries to kick it deep. That is Figueroa. Let's see if he's going to attempt it to get it back. They come up on the 10-yard line and catcher got to form a wedge. Goes to the outside and met out there by Perez, who makes that stop with only a 10-yard return. The ball will be started on the 20-yard line. So far, Colfax has not been out of their own territory.
They've had very little breathing room. It comes down to the trenches, and it's all Placer.
Oh, here come the Falcons. Wilson back in shotgun formation, and it's a pitch to the right side. Get ahead of steam. He's got the first down and more down the sideline, and he's run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. I believe I saw a flag come in. The ball carrier was Rollins. No, the tackle was made by, no, the ball carrier was Rollins. Did I see a flag or not? No, maybe I didn't.
That was Colfax's first run of the game for 22 yards.
3 receivers out here to the left. 1 back in the backfield. There comes the pass rush. Plenty of time right over the middle. He's got his man for another first down. That is Reisinger. Reisinger makes that catch right over the middle. And another first down. That's on the Placer 45-yard line. So they come out throwing here. Looking, plenty of time, nowhere to go. He's going to run it. Now he throws it. Got a man wide open. He dropped the ball. That was Reisinger again. Reisinger just couldn't hold on to it. I think he was trying to run with it before he got the ball.
He absolutely did.
Scoring his touchdown.
Yeah. There was nobody there. 2nd and 10. They left early, way early, illegal. The receivers can't hear the snap count, so they've got to look at the ball. The ball was not snapped, and they were off to the races. Now moving back 5, just as their drive was getting started. Bring up 2nd and 15.
Wilson starts looking a little more comfortable out there. He's getting some time, and he has guys open.
Step that off 5 yards.
I think what Colfax was looking at was Placer getting late substitutions out there, and they were really trying to hurry up and get the snap off so they could nail Placer for a penalty. But there was just no one in sync out there.
See if they get that ball over the middle again. Looking over the middle. Got a man. That is Jackson. He's got the first down and more as he crosses over the 30-yard line. So big pickup right there.
Knocked out of bounds at the Placer 34-yard line.
Oh, here come the Falcons. 2 receivers out this time to the left. It's a pitch going along the right side, and he's going to turn the corner and picks up maybe 3 or 4. That was Rollins, the ball carrier. He's the lone back in the backfield, so if they're going to do a run play, unless a quarterback takes it himself, it's going to be a pitch or a handoff to Rollins. Handoff up the middle, big hole. He turns it to the right, goes out for a first down and more, all the way down to about the 19-yard line.
That's Rollins, he's a junior. He's 5'9", 165. He was stopped by Valier, the safety man back there.
And Tim Rollins is Colfax's leading rusher with 428 yards on the season, averaging just over 7 yards a carry.
Two receivers out on each side, right and left, looking over the. Now he's one deep. He's got his man wide open. He caught in the end zone. Touchdown. That is Marcus Jackson. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, so much for my defensive struggle I called earlier today, huh?
I think the track meet might be more like it.
Yeah, Pete DeFore said it was going to be a track meet, and I didn't agree with him, but this is, so far, it's a shootout. 3:43 left to go in this first quarter, and it could be a 7-point game here in just a minute. Wilson does the kicking, puts it up, and it is good. This Wilson's the real deal, isn't he?
He looks fantastic. I can see why he's the second-rated quarterback in the Sac Joaquin section.
Look at this.
So here's Wilson. He's dropping back. Good pass rush, but it was picked up. Good block by the back.
That was Rollins.
Exceptional timing pass. He had good 2 yards on his defensive back. And there's your score on the Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube channel scoreboard. 14-7 in early action. We still have 3:43 to go in the first. And we have 21 on the board total.
Michael Wilson to kick off to Todd Belier and Austin Pell.
Colfax started on their own 20-yard line in that drive, and they did not get to third down once.
They were getting their yardage in chunks.
7 plays did not get to third down.
So much for that Placer defense.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going, what happened on my call? So now they'll be Falcons will be kicking off, and that's Wilson. He's got a strong leg. We'll see how far he can kick it here.
Well, the Falcon crowd just showed up.
Yep. Going to be a short kick. And trying to run to the right side. Got a big hole. Nobody there. There's a penalty back there right by the tackle. And coming up and making the stop was Wilson. That was Scott, the ball carrier. That's going to come back as a flag was thrown all the way back about the 25-yard line. Might have been an illegal block. Let's see what they say here, or maybe a low block. Holding. Well, that still gets the job done as far as Colfax is concerned. That'll move them back.
Let's take a look at this and see if we can pick it up. It was Cameron Scott coming to the near side, huge hole.
And that was so far after the play.
Yeah, we're not sure.
I saw him. I saw the
Wilson
hold.
certainly showing his athleticism and taking on a much bigger guy in Cameron Scott.
Didn't try to arm tackle him. He
no, go low.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, that moves them back all the way to the 10-yard line, so the worst field position so far for the Hillmen. Handoff, right side, no place to go as the Valier, the ball carrier. Kane with the tackle. 3:18 left to go here in this first quarter.
That was a big play.
Yeah,
that penalty. That was sure. Really hurt.
They had the ball down here on the 35-yard line of Colfax. Here they come. Inside handoff, and they've smothered that right at the line of scrimmage, and maybe
the ball might be loose.
I think Placer recovered it again.
They did. Coming up with the ball was that was O'Neill. Heads-up play there.
That was a 55-yard loss on that penalty.
There's trying to go over the. That'll bring up fourth down. That went nowhere.
I believe they even lost a yard.
So punting from deep punt formation will be. That is Scott.
And in high school football, there's a series of momentum changes.
Well, I think we're
seeing
it right now.
I see it right here. Yeah. Colfax looks like they're going to have a surge as they'll probably get the ball inside the Placers.
They're setting up a return. It's going to be short.
It hit a man.
It hit a that was number 5. It hit a Colfax player. That's Kane. And, boy, they were lucky to get that ball back. They've got great field position now on a heads-up recovery. Whoa, boy, that's scary. The ball will be spotted on the 37-yard line as the wind picks up and it's temperature's dropping. It's getting a little cool out here.
Gonna need my sock cap.
That was a 27-yard punt. So not exactly what Placer had in mind, although recovering that fumble would have been more than enough.
We're going to take a look at the replay again, and you can see the ball is down after it hit Kane.
So here comes the Falcons looking to pass again right over the middle. And that's going to go for about 6. Reisinger. Well, I don't think Placer hasn't been able to stop that cross right over the middle of the receivers.
Not at all, and he's getting rid of the ball. He's doing a 3-step drop, not your traditional 5 out of the pistol offense, and he's getting rid of the ball before Placer can get anywhere near him.
Here's the pitch. Back to Rollins. Oh, and he's going to get run out of bounds for a loss. Gumbs comes in and makes that tackle.
Did a nice job of stringing that out.
So Wilson comes back in from the sideline. The 3rd down and about 7. Trying to they tried to draw him offside, but that didn't work, so now they have to call a timeout with 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Right? 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter at Lincoln, and the Bruins are trailing 14-0.
And I do have a JV score. As we know, Bear River's JV team is exceptional this year. They did win in the earlier game, and it was by a score of 50-30 over Lincoln. And as I recall, Marty, and help me out here, that Bear River has 1 loss and none in the league.
No, that's correct.
So they look to be the leader in the league here with one game to play.
Right. Now if we can get all those players to come up to the varsity next year, that would be a nice...
And we've been saying Reisinger, number 10, he's a receiver for Colfax. He enters the game with 734 receiving yards with an astounding 17 yards a catch.
Well, he's not hurting that average tonight. So here come the Falcons, 2 backs in the backfield with Wilson. And he's going to do a rollout. Got a man open and just overthrows him. Wow. That was close. He had his man. That was Chaz Reisinger. So Reisinger gets the pass just over his outstretched hands. And that'll bring up 4th down. Wilson comes in with the play, and it'll be 4th and about 6. Big hold here for Placer. Two receivers out here to the left. Big rush. Got a man wide open, and he just couldn't hold it. That would have been a first down. It was just thrown to the left of him. So Placer will take over on downs in good field position. So
Hillmen take over on downs, 1st and 10.
Just as the momentum had swung over to the Falcons, now Placer steps up and holds them. We've got 9 seconds left to go in this first quarter, as it started out very quickly, and now it's drug on just a little bit, and it's 14-7 in favor of Placer. Rolling out the pass. got a man deep. He's wide open. If that ball's on the money, and it's going to go. He's at the 10, the 5, struts into the end zone on a big play. That was Valier, beat the defender and went on to a 68-yard pass completion for a running team that we've stressed so much here. That was right on the money. What a nice throw in there by Strange.
That's one of those things you call a bomb.
Yes, it was.
Go deep, young man.
Well, the attempt at the extra point is put down, and it is up and good. 21-7. And that ends the first quarter here at Febvre Stadium on the campus of Placer High School. Marty Mortensen along with Steve Sitter and Scott Hopper. There's your Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube scoreboard showing first quarter score of 21-7.
Let's take a look again at that last bomb that we saw from Strange to Valier.
And that was not a Strange bomb either.
No, that's from his own 25-yard line. And he aired it out. And he threw that to the opposing 35-yard line. Good, strong arm.
Single coverage, no help from the safety. And once he got out of the outstretched arms of the would-be defender, he was strutted into the end zone.
21-7 at the end of the first.
I believe it's worth noting that Placer mustered 198 yards of total offense in the first quarter.
Oh, my goodness. Well, what did they run up against Bear River that night? 571 yards or something? Oh.
And Placer comes into the game at averaging only 106 yards through the air for the entire game.
Yeah, I think they already got that already.
They have 102.
Oh, well, that's very good. I guess they won't be throwing anymore the rest of the night then. Just run it and
tick, tick, tick off the clock.
The clock, exactly.
Castillo to kick off to Jake Medeiros and Alex Nevarez.
Here's the kick. It's going to be deep, going back for it. It's going to let it try to go in the end zone, and it does. Good break in there for the Falcons. That'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, but they needed to get somebody out there to block a Placer defender because they could have recovered that ball, and it would have been first and goal.
I mean, I know this game's not over by any stretch of the game, but Joey Montoya said earlier today that the writers, the local sports writers, picked him fourth in the Pioneer Valley League. I'm not sure what they missed.
I don't know either, but there's a handoff up the middle. That's going nowhere. And coming up and making the stop right away was Rollins was the ball carrier, but that went nowhere. And it looked like number 45, Lopez, on that tackle. So 21-7 here with 11:30 left to go in this first half. It's been all Placer. Looking, quick pass. And he breaks for the first down, and he goes all the way out to their own 35-yard line for a first down on a halfback screen pass, it looked like.
At the Colfax 35.
That's the play they probably should have called for that when they had the 3rd and 6, to keep their drive alive.
Yeah, they haven't been real successful going up the middle by running or even a screen pass for that matter. It's been all kind of a pass 7-8 yards deep.
Here's the pitch. Take it around the right side. Got a couple of blockers, but cuts it in. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Coming up and making that stop was looks like down on the tackle.
And Downen is that number 8. That's number 80. He's the
Sophomore.
The sole sophomore on the roster.
Who does that remind you of from last year?
Number 47, maybe?
Before he went to UCLA. Vanderdoes. Second down and 10. Oh, might be a delay of game. It is. That'll move them back 5 yards. Just when they got. That was an awful quick 30 seconds.
Yep. That's Colfax's 5th penalty for 45 yards.
Wow, that's you can't do that if you expect to get by a strong Placer team. Here's Wilson looking to pass. He's got a man over the middle. He got some room. That once again, that is Jackson, and he gets run out of bounds after he gets the. Let's see if they give it. Oh, he stepped out of bounds about the 42.
From Wilson, out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Third down.
Jackson's had a busy night tonight where he came into the game only catching 12 balls.
So here's a handoff right up the middle, and he's going to be close to the first down, but I don't know if he made it or not. Let's see. No, they're going to give it to him. Forward progress.
Robbie Lopez and Michael Downham on the tackle at the 46. The yardage good for a Colfax first down.
So let's timeout called.
Going back to Jackson with his 12 catches, he has 73 yards, but he does have 4 touchdowns on his 12 catches.
Good ratio there.
So he's a red zone guy traditionally. Where he likes to go to Bryant, number 3. He has 11 touchdowns, as well as Reisinger, who has 11. They have 30 touchdowns through the air. As opposed to 7 on the ground.
All right, here come the Falcons. 3 receivers out in the pattern, 2 backs in the backfield, along with Wilson. Inside handoff. And look at that hole as he takes it up for the first down and more. Still spinning on his, makes a move down to the 36-yard line.
Marcus Jackson carrying. Brought down by Robbie Lopez.
8:24 left to go in the first half at Lincoln, and it's 21-0 in favor of Lincoln. So Bear River is probably out for the rest of the no playoff hopes for them. So first and 10, looking, no place to go. His receiver was covered, and coming up and making that stop on a nice play. That was Lenover. Comes in, makes that stop for a loss. Big loss all the way back for about 8 yards. Take a look at it.
Let's take a look and see if we can find Lenover's swim move up the middle through a double team and just chases down Wilson. It's a foot race. Exceptional one-on-one tackling.
His Wilson's receiver was jammed up over the middle and had no, they cut that off, and so he had no place to go but to try to run it. Well, once again, it's second and long. There's a run trying to sweep the left side. That's Rollins, and they're going to be thrown out of bounds. gain of about maybe about 10, but it's still going to be short. It'll be third down and about 8 for first down. He was just slingshot out of bounds.
He was stopped by Lopez, and earlier in the year, Lopez had a knee problem. He missed a couple of games, but certainly foot speed is not a problem here for him. Number 45, that's Robbie Lopez, linebacker senior.
So here they come, big pass rush looking. He's got a man open, but it's going to be intercepted and dropped. Coming over, that was Figueroa. It's hard. I have a hard time with the numbers.
Wilson's pass incomplete.
So that'll bring up fourth down.
Broken up by Nikolai.
Are they going to go for it, or are they going to?
Let's take a look at that replay. It looked as if Figueroa just batted it down instead of trying to make the play. He had it in his hands.
Oh, he looks like he went for it. They're coming up, fourth down and 9. See if they can get that first down. Big flag over the middle. Is that going to be a flag on that tackle?
That was Bart Every on that hit. No flag.
But there's a flag over here on the start of the play. Let's see if it's called back.
That was a big hit.
Boy, it certainly was. It looked like a horse collar, but Mike.
Let's take a look at the replay there. Every coming over and just twisting him around.
But it's all for naught as the play is going to be called back. It'll be fourth down. Step off another 5 yards as illegal procedure. Someone left early, and it takes the ball back to the 40-yard line.
Colfax now has 50 penalty yards.
Wow.
On 6 penalties.
So here's the fourth down play. Looking, big pass rush, nowhere to go. He's still looking. He's got a man open. He's going to try to run it out of bounds, and he does, and it's Placer stops him on there about the 38-yard line. It'll be change of possession. Placer will have the ball with 7:24 left to go in the half.
Miles Lenover did an exceptional job getting Wilson out of the pocket, and then Cameron Scott chased him out of bounds.
Oh, it's first and 10. Placer. Here's the handoff up the middle and breaks it out for about 7 yards. That's Scott, the ball carrier. Navarez made the tackle.
In last week's game, Cameron Scott had an exceptional game on both sides of the ball. He's a bruiser back where Valaire has a lot of quickness.
Here they come again. Handoff, trying to sweep the left side, turns the corner, got the first down, and then he's hammered down at about the 49-yard line of the Falcons, and it'll be first and 10.
Austin Hess carrying for the Hillmen. Bo Baggett with the tackle. At the Falcon 49.
He took a hard blow from Bean.
So first and 10 now as the Hillmen cross into Falcon territory. Quick handoff. And still dragging 3 Falcon defenders. That is, was that Scott, the ball carrier? It was Scott. He's hard to bring down.
At the 44.
once again, up to the line of scrimmage. There's a handoff, trying to sweep, and I don't know if he made that first down, and he had to get all the way across the 40, I believe, and let's see if he did, where they spot it.
Flag and Barentine on the tackle at the 40.
That was Blackwell, the ball carrier, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and short. Play being brought in and there by O'Neill. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for the bomb right here. Inside handoff, and he gets the first down, and they still on his feet. Takes about 6 Falcons to bring him down. Initial hit in there by Navarez.
Blackwell, the ball carrier.
So 1st and 10 again as Placer on the move.
37.
They haven't gone to Valier in quite some time, so I would look to him to be a playmaker here soon.
There's a handoff, and that goes up the middle. That looked like that was Hess.
Hess carrying. Medeiros with the tackle at the 36.
So in the second quarter, Colfax has been putting up 11 points on average, while Placer is putting just under 9.
Looking to pass. Nobody over there. That is to O'Neill. And he's going to get the first down and more. It takes it all the way on down to about the 20-yard line.
That was Reisinger on the coverage.
At the 23, the yardage good for a first down.
Well, Placer continues to move at will. Unfortunately, Will can't make a tackle.
And they're doing it through the air. I mean, they're getting yards.
So here's the inside handoff over the right side. No place to go, and maybe gets a yard at the most. Scott, the ball carrier, comes up limping a little bit.
Medeiros on the tackle at the 23. Mark Lee report to the press box.
One of these times that they keep faking to the trailing back coming around the side, and no one's covering him over there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they put that one into motion here pretty soon. That's what they did to Bear River. And oh, good tackle coming up and making that stop was Medeiros.
At the 24.
Very good defensive stand.
That's 3rd down and 11 now. Probably in 4th down territory. Looking, rolling, out to the right, looking again. He's got a man open, all alone in the end zone. Touchdown, Hillmen. That was to Valier. You called it. Wide open.
He's too much of a playmaker not to keep involved in the offense. So it was a setup play by going up the middle for their big bruisers. Key, and then there he is, standing all by himself in the corner route.
And then he kind of did an inside post and then broke to the outside and left the defender all alone, and he caught that ball about the 2-yard line, walked it in. High snap, put down, snapped, and it's going to be hits no good.
Looked like the kicker got hit.
I also think that kick glanced off the left post.
Yeah.
A very good offensive series by the Hillmen. Let's take a look at the replay again. Let's see if what set that up was the play action. But look at again, the time.
Look at that.
He has all day in the pocket.
Yeah,
look at that pocket.
Front line.
There's no one there.
That's an awful lot to ask you your safety.
And the man over the top didn't come.
Nope.
And there's our Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube channel scoreboard. Hillmen and more Hillmen. It's 27-7 with 2:47 to play before the half, Valier has had an exceptional game so far, but certainly Strange needs to be pat on the back. He's getting the ball to the open man and deep.
You know, I think even Steve Sitter could throw a touchdown pass from that distance if he had all that time to pass. Did you see the front line of Placer?
That line is the thing that keeps standing out for me week after week. Is
no pressure at all.
They don't let anybody through.
And they don't blitz, and so they give him all that time, and Strange just looks over the field. He had 3 receivers in the pattern. Wide open on the 2, took it in. So Valier, I think that's his second touchdown tonight, isn't it?
I believe so.
Here comes the kick, and it's going to be short. And it's going to go out of bounds. Good heads-up play by the Falcons. 27-7.
I wonder how much of a factor with them rushing to the field, not being able to warm up, to settle in and mentally prepare, just rushing.
But you gotta be, if you're the players on the bus, you got to be getting anxious. You know the kickoff time's at 7:30. They're still driving around Auburn someplace or on the freeway and can't get here. They got to be very anxious, and then it's kind of proven that. So here we go. Pass into double coverage, but it's going to pick up about 6 yards. That was Reisinger on the catch. Wilson throws that in between 2 defenders. Nice tight spiral. And that'll be second down and about 2.
When Wilson has time, he looks very good.
There's that screen again to the trailing back, and that goes nowhere. Meta lost a yard. Coming up and making that stop is Lenover.
On the reception from Wilson, the tackle made by Miles Lenover at the 43.
Lenover is playing a good game tonight.
He sure is.
Timeout call with 2:05 left. It'll be third down and short yardage. Looks like they lost maybe about a yard on that one. So I think to make this game competitive, I think Colfax is going to have to score on this drive before the half.
I completely agree. Their passing is just not up to what they're used to. Right now they're looking at right about 80 pass yards, but they're averaging 286 per game. They're nowhere near where they should be right now. This Placer defense has done a great job both getting through the Colfax offensive line and covering the defenders, which is not easy. They are very fast, but Placer has been faster.
And Wilson has really had not that much time to in the pocket to complete the pass. He's running for his life half the time when Placer puts that pressure on. There's your quarter 2 score with 2:05 left to go in the half, 27-7. Looking over the middle and the flat, and that's going to be a first down.
Jackson on the reception.
Jackson made the catch.
Down him, pushing him out of bounds.
They had Chris Harshman set out wide, and he ran deep, taking the corner with him, and then they ran Jackson in just enough to get the first down. It was a very good call, good setup play.
Oh, the ball on the 46-yard line of the Falcons. Fake hand. He's got a man open out here in the flat. He's got him. And first down, going out of bounds. That is number 10. That's Reisinger.
At the 37.
And that was Bart Every on the stop.
So here come the Falcons. Quick pass. Oh, and he gets hit. Dangerous pass. It was up high, and the receiver, that was Bryant, got.
Wilson's pass incomplete.
Okay, we're going to go back a couple of plays to look at the long pass. Wide open, 5 yards, no one near him before Febvre comes up for the stop. Exceptional read. Wilson on a rollout.
2nd and 10. Looking, got plenty of time. Now being forced, he's going to throw the ball out of bounds. Intended for that is, I couldn't tell that.
Might have been Rollins out there on the corner on the out route.
Now that was Bryant again, intended for Brian. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. See what the Falcons have in their bag of tricks here. They got 4 receivers in the pattern. 1 back in the backfield. Looking at big pass. They're going to put a big pass rush on. Oh, my goodness. That was Avery. And that'll bring up 4th down. They're going to have to kick. What a good time to put the big pass rush on there. They haven't really, they blitzed both linebackers.
They made the offensive line look like Swiss cheese. Let's take a look at the replay. How many guys got through? There are 3 guys in pursuit, and Wilson did not have a chance.
Mike, 53 seconds in counting. They're going to let the clock run out, I believe, or close to it, and go into the locker room trailing 27-7. If they can keep another 5 yards, it's not going to hurt them on the kick. So now they're going to call timeout. Yep. Delay a game, so they'll move it back 5 yards. Ran quite a bit of time off the clock, and that'll 34 seconds left. Now all they got to do is keep the ball from being run back, and that would really be a heartbreaker for the Falcons. Maybe they'll kick it out of bounds. Let's see what they do. High snap, kick, and it's heading for the sidelines, and it's going to roll, take a Falcon bounce all the way down to the 9-yard line where it's down with 22 seconds left. And I believe at this point in time, the Hillmen will probably take a knee unless they go for a bomb.
Another 44-yard punt for Colfax.
At least one thing's working.
Right.
I'm impressed by the Hillmen. We've seen them 2 weeks in a row now, and we're starting to really get a good understanding of their team. And it's a little more passing than last week, but certainly it's ground and pound for the most part, which sets up the pass play.
Well, the crowd cheers their Placer Hillmen as both teams head for the locker room as the clock continues to run down. I don't think the Falcons will be heading for the bus right now, do you? They can find the bus.
They've had enough of the bus.
There's your Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube scoreboard. It's all Placer here at 27-7 as we are here at halftime at Febvre Stadium as the Placer marching band comes onto the field, and they'll have a good halftime performance for the crowd here. Good crowd tonight.
Very good. It's cooling off.
Here comes the marching band along with the drill team and the cheerleaders. So it's Hey, I'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Placer Hillmen and Colfax Falcons football on your Touchdown Production Sports Network.
Welcome to Plaza Tire and Automotive Service in Grass Valley. At Plaza Tire and Automotive Service, the customer comes first. We only do what's right for the customer, not necessarily what's right for business. Third generation family member, learned all that I know from my Grandpa Fred, my dad, my Uncle Mike, my grandma. My entire family's been a huge part of learning about the automotive industry. Grass Valley is our 4th location, and you can also find us in Colfax, Penn Valley, and Nevada City. I am Blake Hauser, and I welcome you to join us for the grand opening at our Grass Valley location.
We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I've been shopping here for about 20 years, and the people are very courteous, and I especially like the meat counter. It's nice. You have a great selection, very helpful.
Because it's local, it's small, they have wonderful selections of things I need, and the personnel are very nice.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley. It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Foothill Flowers has been owned and operated by the Johnson family since 1966. Our flowers are hand-picked at the San Francisco Flower Mart, and we get fresh shipments from Hawaii every week. We specialize in unique arrangements for any occasion. Our design staff has 80 years of experience. Every order comes with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Foothill Flowers, quality and service since 1966.
Well, welcome back. Let's go down on the field here at halftime to the Placer High School Marching Band.
Preserve the memories of your special.
Inside.
I called them the drill team. That's what they were in high school when I was going. But this is the dance team. Should have known better if they didn't have any, because they didn't have any flags in their hand. Normally the drill team uses those chevrons that they toss around. And so this is the drill team from Placer High School. Oh, very nice job out there. Everything's in unison. Ah, here come the cheerleaders. Want to get that one right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Placer High School cheerleaders. The cheerleaders are coached by Mr. Joey Edwards. Assistant coaches are Danny Nicola and Kyle Robinson. The cheerleaders tonight will be performing to Aha's Take On Me.
That's a couple hours after school each day to do that. That was a nice
Tonight we
routine.
would like to acknowledge the seniors in band, dance, and cheer. Senior band members, Maria Isabel Arellano, daughter of Jose and Minerva Arellano. Bill Brewster, son of Carrie and Chris Brewster. Sarah Broach, daughter of Karen and Steve Broach. Kyle Callan, grandson of Miriam Mercado and son of Rosetta Callan. Rachel Fajardo, daughter of Rocky and Jonathan Fajardo. Teresa Garcia, daughter of Teresa Huerta and Jose Antonio Garcia. Nathan Rutterman, son of Gus Rutterman. Zachary Hecker, son of Richmond and Monty Hecker. James, son of Jane Jacobson and Terry James. Josh Kepfer, son of Jim and Jennifer Kepfer. Emily Kendall, daughter of Garen Kendall. Doran Kendall, son of Garen Kendall. Rainey Cohen, niece of Luann and Paul Adams. Sarah Miles, daughter of Penny and Ray Miles. Nick Moore, son of Connie and Jeff Moore. Kayla Palafieri, daughter of Kent Palafieri. Troy Potter, son of Tina and Les Potter. Jake Rick, son of Trisha and Kevin Rick. Amy Sexton, daughter of Stacy and Scott Smith. Avery Staff Sling, daughter of Meredith and Jebediah Staff Sling. Sierra Womack, daughter of Charlene and Patrick Womack. Kate Woodall, daughter of Robin and Tim Woodall. And John Worthington, son of Lisa and John Worthington. Senior members of the dance team, Ellie Feist, daughter of Pamela and Brian Feist. Jesse James, daughter of Jane Jacobson and Terry James. Christina McLaughlin, daughter of Cheryl and Kelly McLaughlin. Maya Thomas, daughter of Jackie and Andre Thomas. And the senior cheer team members, Cynthia Davis, daughter of Jonathan and Elizabeth Handy. Reagan Decker, daughter of Nancy and Chris Decker. Allie Dodds, daughter of Bruce and Marcia Dodds. Andrea Farrell, daughter of Cynthia Farrell. Arla Gibson, daughter of Mark Gibson and Carol Cook. Eugene Hunsbury, granddaughter of Howard and Phoebe Hunsbury. Anna Ray, daughter of Lisa and Ted Ray. Avery Schrock, the daughter of Todd and Elizabeth Schrock. And Sarah Titus, daughter of Larry and Laura Titus. Hillman students, parents, and alumni, please stand and join the Golden Hillman Marching Band and dance team and cheerleaders as they perform the Placer Fight Song.
Played. Here comes the T-shirts as the marching band goes off the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
I'd like to remind you you're watching exclusive coverage of Placer Hillmen Colfax Falcons football right here on your Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Preserve the memories of your special player or team forever at obphoto.com, the official photographer of Bear River football. At obphoto.com, you'll find the highest quality prints, mouse pads, coasters, photo buttons, cases for iPhones and iPads, t-shirts, sweatshirts, travel mugs, and more. obphoto.com even makes special requests. So enjoy the memories of the season at obphoto.com, your source for Bear River sports photos.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title's your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations and thank you for keeping your business local.
The Beam Center joins forces with Admiral Electric to offer you electrical services for your home and has a new line of whole house fans which will save you energy. They're also your headquarters for big screen TVs in Grass Valley, including the new 3D TVs, and feature the First Alert security systems as well as the famous Beam Central Vac system. It's fun and function at the Beam Easy Living Center in Grass Valley. The Old Town Cafe is the oldest continuously operating restaurant in Grass Valley. Serving breakfast and lunch 7 days a week, the Old Town Cafe is now open for dinner every Friday and Saturday night with nightly specials like steaks, seafood, along with draft beer and wine. Stop by to see football at the OTC with drink and appetizer specials. It's football fun for the whole family at the Old Town Cafe. And of course, brought to you by Touchdown Productions, the foothill leader in sports television. This is Gil Dominguez saying thanks for joining us tonight, and be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game, created by Stuckey Engravers. Once again, the Touchdown Productions sports team will select the most deserving NU player and honor them with a beautiful plaque made by Stookies. So stay tuned after the game for the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, created by Stookie Engravers, and coming up immediately after this exclusive telecast.
Welcome back to Febvre Stadium on the campus of Placer High School. Marty Mortensen, Steve Sitter, Scott Hopper, as we just saw our Bill Slade Player of the Game, and Stookie Engravers with that nice plaque. And let's see what the stats are, Steve, that maybe we can come up with a player so far or some good candidates.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there right now. Logan Strange is having a career game. 139 pass yards for Placer. That's about 33 more than they're averaging per game, and that's just the first half. Colfax, on the other hand, averaging 286 per game, only 107 pass yards. That is 8.9 yards per gain, and that is not up to their standards. Placer, on the other hand, 5 for 7, 71%, 27.8 yards per completion. That is a fantastic number, and the offensive line, as well as Logan Strange, are the reason behind that. Total offense, Placer has 257 yards of total offense in the first half. Colfax, 160. Both teams averaging about 4.5 yards per carry. The difference is Placer with 118 rushing yards, Colfax with only 53. So Placer favoring the run for sure, which is about what we expected. Placer came up with a couple of big sacks, both in the second quarter, and that really just pushed the momentum even further into the Hillmen side. Last thing I want to look at, penalties. Colfax, 7 penalties for 55 yards, including one before the game even started. Placer, only 3 penalties, but for 35 yards. So when they give up a penalty, it's big yardage against them. So Placer playing a very clean game, very tight. Definitely what they wanted to come out here and do, and more probably from the passing game. Colfax coming out a little flat, ending the quarter and the half just on really sour notes with a punt and a turnover on downs, and really just with no momentum on their side. They really need to get Michael Wilson back in this game. He's only 12 for 19. That's 63%, and he's 67% on the season. If he ups his percentage for some big gains, put Placer back on their heels a little bit, because right now Placer is playing with a lot of confidence, then Colfax can get back in this game. But if Placer keeps their defense tight, just limit the offensive production. Colfax's best offensive play was their first run of the game for 22 yards. That is their best play. So Colfax, nothing doing right now on the pass. All their momentum right now has been gained on the run, and that is not the game they want to play.
Great job there, Steve, and I tend to agree with you that Logan Strange is having a career night, and it's a difference in the ball game right now, along with the defense. So here's the kickoff as we start the second half. Good wedge form, right up the middle, gets all the way out to the 30-yard line, where he's brought down in there by number 7, LeBleu. And so the Falcons will start on their own 30-yard line with, they've got to get a drive going here to get back in this ball game, trailing 27-7. So it's going to be an uphill battle for this Colfax Falcon Ball Club. 3 receivers in the pattern for the Falcons. And somebody moved early. That'll cost them 5 yards.
And he wasn't going anywhere as Robbie Lopez jumped him at the line of scrimmage. Lopez, the captain of the defense, signal caller.
Oh, it was offside against Placer, so that'll be first down and 5. That's a break for the Falcons as they move the ball up to the 35-yard line. Same formation as they come out with a first and 5. Inside handoff, Rollins, big hole, gets to the outside, got one man to beat, he does, and he's going down the sideline, and he's going to be brought down on about the 23-yard line. He had one man to beat. Gums made the save. That was just a little inside handoff to Rollins as he broke through. Good speed, but the good speed of the secondary brought him down.
The Falcons don't look as if they're ready to quit.
High formation in One back in the backfield. And it's going to be a end around, trying to turn the corner. He's getting the block on the side. Now he cuts to the back to the inside. No place to go. He's going to be thrown for maybe a 1 yard gain is all, or a loss on the play. That was Jackson, the ball carrier, on the end around. So they're going to give him forward motion
at the 22.
At the 22-yard line. Coming into the game is Capra for the Hillmen. Handoff right up the middle. Boy, it goes right into the big pile, right into Capra that just came into the ball game. Fresh set of legs, and Cameron Scott in there on the tackle also, and that goes for maybe a yard gain at the most. So it's 3rd down and about 7.
Colfax only 2 for 6 on 3rd down conversions in the first half.
Well, they've got 4 receivers in the pattern, 3 to the left side. Looking, big rush right over the middle. He's got a man wide open. He takes it at the 10, down to the 5. There's a flag down. Was that roughing the passer?
I believe so. You have Robbie Lopez bending over, standing in front of, and there's the signal, roughing the passer by Lopez.
That'll be half the distance of the goal. That'll put the ball down on about the half-yard line. So Placer on their heels here. Crowd behind us is calling for the defense for Placer. 10 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter.
I think that's a good call for the roughing the passer. I think there was definitely time to avoid that hit after the ball was released, and he just didn't do it.
So 2 backs in the backfield with Wilson. Quick handoff, drives into the end zone, touchdown Falcons. Who was the ball carrier? I couldn't see.
It looked like Rollins.
Rollins?
Well, this is the way you want to start the second half when you're trailing for the Falcons here. They're going to keep this thing interesting.
Ball snap, put down, kicked, and it is good. So Wilson gets the extra point, 27-14.
Let's take a look at the replay. Big hit at the line. Second effort by Rollins. He takes on the linebacker, Scott.
Good forward push in there by the Falcons line.
And there's the Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube scoreboard. Falcons strike in the second half, 27-14 on their first drive to begin the second half.
That only took 2.5 minutes.
March down the field.
Yep. Well, let's see if they'll be able to stop the passing attack by Strange.
Two very well-matched teams here.
Wilson will do the kickoff. Valier back deep. See if they go deep with it. That's going to be a sideline kick. It's going to be taken in there. Whoa, it got by the first set of tacklers coming up and making that stop. That was Cameron Scott. And good save in there. Looked like Bean came up and made that stop. He only had one man to beat as he went through that first set of tacklers. So a good field position on their own 39-yard line as they start their first drive of the second half. 27-14. Here they come, and it's a handoff. That is Scott again as he goes for a couple.
Cameron Scott.
They like to go to that up back. Cameron Scott. Again, Valier not being tempted or used in the offense other than a decoy.
Here's the sweep. Well, then that goes nowhere as Colfax is fired up, and coming and making that stop was Medeiros.
The ball carrier.
If you noticed that the
Medeiros made the tackle.
the defense for the Falcons does not shift into their defense until the Placer comes up to the line of scrimmage, and then they move. They kind of lay back and to see what the formation of the offense is going to be, and then they come out. All right, going back to pass, looking. He's got him out in the flats, got his man. That's a first down. He's going to be brought down. He breaks away. He could go. He's down to the 25. Touchdown on a breakaway. That was O'Neal. Wow, the fans go crazy. A couple of missed tackles, spun out of the grasp. And right away, Placer comes back and answers the call with a quick touchdown on their own. That took just a little over a minute.
What a recovery by Frankie O'Neal. Shaking off two sure tackles and just keeps moving.
And he didn't give up at all, just kept spinning and turning and shook out of two tacklers. Ball's put down, kicked, and it's going to be good. That'll take it up to 34-14, back to a 20-point lead. Man, that was quite a run.
Fantastic job.
After that catch.
I know you all want to see this replay again. This is O'Neal. Strange back to pass. Nobody near him. Breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle. It's a foot race. One man to beat. Looked like he was closing on the angle, but shoestring tackle was not effective. Right there, 34-14. Exclamation point by the Hillmen. You score, we score. We're caught up in a shootout here in the second half.
Well, I'm going to have to apologize to Pete Dufour at K-High Radio. And he and I talked before the game, and he called a shootout. I called a defensive struggle. I guess he knows his team better than I do, huh? That was a total of 48 points have been scored so far. And we're only midway through the, not even midway yet through the third quarter. Here comes the kickoff. There's the kick. It's going to be taken about the 10-yard line. They're trying to get the wedge for him, coming to the right side. Got a few couple of blocks, but then really smothered in there. Wow. That was Avery came up and made that first hit.
Excellent coverage by the Hillmen.
Every with that ball will be spotted on the 8. That might have been wise just to let that go into the end zone. It had a lot of, could have just gone into the end zone, got out to the 20. Now they start deep in their own. Now they move it up to the 10-yard line, so it's 1st and 10 on the 10.
Their worst field position of the game.
See if Wilson can answer the call. Inside handoff. Big hole. Got some room. Gets about 8. That was Jackson, the ball carrier. LeBou made the tackle.
At the 18.
So that'll bring second down and about 2. Looking a big pass rush, throws it, got a man wide open at the 35. He's down the sideline, cuts back in, and he's going to be stopped at about the 38-yard line of Placer.
That's an incredibly difficult pass by Wilson, rolling left and throwing the ball on the move. And he threw it about 35 yards on the fly.
And he had Reisinger wide open down the sideline.
And Lenover again was in the backfield pressuring him.
Here comes the Falcons in Placer territory. Handoff, that's going nowhere. And he's still on his feet. Swings to the outside and gets back to the line of scrimmage. If he could have broken that from that last tackler, he had nothing but open field down that sideline.
Rollins is not a big guy, as he's 5'9", 165, but he's taking on as many Hillmen as at come, breaking tackles all evening.
So the loss of about a yard, 2nd and 11. Now here's a handoff, sweep to the right. That's Jackson again. Whoa, he's just met there.
The ball was loose? No. Yes. The Hillman, number 5, ended up with the ball.
I think his forward motion was stopped, so a yard, maybe a yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Ball will be placed on the 34-yard line. 6:02 left, 34-14. Colfax is going to have to answer here. They may be in 4-down territory. Got a big rush. He rolls out, looking. Coming back for it, and it was intended for Harshman, but it was just broken up in there by O'Neal, it looked like.
Frankie O'Neal making the defensive play for the Hillmen.
Could have picked that off. He had nothing but open sideline there. So let's see if they bring in the punting team. Looks like they're going to. 4th down and 11. Try to pin him back and then try to hold him. There's a good kick. It's nobody back. It's going to take a roll, and it's going to go on down inside the 10-yard line at about the 7. Down there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hillmen. But the way the Hillmen's been going tonight, they can score from any part on the field, from any down on the field.
That was a 36-yard punt there for Colfax. They have a very good punter.
Yeah, I didn't think he put a real leg into it that time because he didn't want the ball to go in the end zone. Wanted to get it down inside the 10-yard line, which he did. There's a handoff. Big hole. That looked like Scott again. Maybe, what was it? Blackwell. Blackwell, the ball carrier. Got a Falcon down on the field, it looks like. One of the linemen. Navarez. No, let's see who's that. He's got a knee problem.
He needs to go to his back.
Yeah, I would take the pressure off that kneecap.
Holding his ankle.
That is Barnes. Well, they're putting a splint on it right now, it looks like.
So center's lone loss, Colfax's lone loss in the PVL has been at the hands of center, and Placer will play center next week, which could come down to it as, again, for the Hillmen, another championship game. As center's playing Foothill this evening, presumably a win against the scoreless Foothill team.
Looks like they're working on the ankle there. He's up. Gingerly putting his left leg down.
Dakota Barnes is the injured Colfax player.
Gain of 8 yards on that play. So it'll bring up, 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Ball is just inside the 15-yard line of Placer. Wind is picked up. Inside handoff, and that's going to be short of the 1st down, it looks like. They've got to get up to the 29, but they got to the 27 on that carry. Bring up.
Scott, the ball carrier, tackled by Margarita at the 16.
So Scott, the ball carrier. The ball's marked on the 17. 3rd down and short.
Placer so far in this game is 4 for 6 on 3rd down conversions.
Quick handoff. That was but forward motion. He's going to come up short. Oh, they're going to give it to him, it looks like. That was a mix up in the backfield on that handoff, but they were able to make it anyway.
Signal the 1st down. They didn't make it by much, but It doesn't matter how much you make it by.
As long as you make it. Here come the Falcons in motion. And a quick handoff up the middle and being swarmed over, but not after he picked up 5 yards. That's Scott, the ball carrier. He's the workhorse in there tonight. He's going to come out for a little bit of work, a little relief there. Coming in to spot him on that will be Ryan Gray, the junior running back.
Feels like it's about time to call on Todd Valier again. Hit the home run.
Figueroa comes into the game. Handoff sweep, and coming up, making a great stop in there once again. Number 25, Medeiros. Blackwell stopped short.
Medeiros does a nice job of getting into the backfield and not giving up on pursuit, because he's having to run all the way across the field from the backside to make that tackle.
Good pursuit at the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd down and about 7. Looking to pass, throws it, and caught, but short of the 1st down. They may have to punt, but they may go for it the way they've been racking up the yards. It's 4th down and short. Let's see if they can stop him here.
Let's take a look at that replay and see if he did get far enough. The defender did pull him backwards. That's close.
Well, let's see if they can get this. Maybe they're going to try to draw him offside. They lunged, but no. And they're going to call a timeout. Obvious draw-off situation, but they almost went for it.
And Coach Montoya is in the ear of the line judge, because there was a defender that did move.
But you got to get into the neutral zone, and if you're back far enough and you don't get into the neutral zone, you're
that's one of those judgment calls.
Yeah, is,
what is the neutral zone? How much is that?
Well, that'll bring up 4th down, and they'll be doing the punting. Placer will punt, unless they have a play that'll. He snapped back to the backer, but I think deep in their own territory like this, they want to punt it.
And their defense has done a nice job all night.
Cameron Scott in punt formation.
Scott will do the punting.
Alex
Navarro's back.
And Chaz Reisinger deep for
Reisinger back at about their own 40-yard line. Good snap, here tried to almost blocked. Is he going to call for a fair catch? No, he doesn't, and he gets by a couple of defenders, but gets the ball up to a 43-yard line. Lenover made the stop.
Falcons. Now is Lenover with the tackle at the Colfax 42.
I'm really impressed with the defense. You know, Cameron Scott, Miles Lenover, and Robbie Lopez all should be commended tonight, playing against an exceptional offensive team, holding them down all night.
Well, the Falcons on a first down situation on their own 40-yard line. Handoff, big hole up the middle, and he's going to get about 6 yards on that handoff. That is Rollins, the ball carrier. LeBleu on the ball on the tackle. 144 and counting here in the third quarter. Still 34-14, a 20-point differential here in favor of the Hillmen. 4 receivers out in the pattern. Big pass rush, and it gets picked up, rolling down the middle, and it's tipped and caught. Wow, coming over, and that was O'Neal that came over and got his hand on the ball, but the receiver.
Incredible concentration by the receiver, as that ball certainly could have hit the ground very easily or picked off.
Well, the ball will be spotted on the Placer 21-yard line. Big, big play right there, and it could have been intercepted.
Let's take a look at that again. Rollout. On the move, makes that long pass, but that's an exceptional defensive play.
Right.
Getting high in the air.
Placer calls it second timeout.
It's getting to be the point now where the clock is the enemy, trailing by 20.
Well, the issue is for the Falcons that they've got they're just not stopping the attack by the Hillmen. Even though if you score, but then a minute and 20 seconds later, the Hillmen come right back with a score. That gets a little tough, especially now by trailing by 20.
Okay, we're going to take a look at that replay again and watch this rollout by Wilson. He's under pressure, squares up his shoulders and chucks it from the 45-yard line of his own 45 and throws it down to about the 22-yard line.
Back to live action now as Falcons on the move. And there's a hole. Rollins continues to move, drives those legs, gets down to the 15. But that pass play, Scott, was set up by a fine block by by Rollins on the linebacker who was charging in there. I think that was Scott, and he's a big kid. And of course Rollins comes in at 165. That's a tough assignment. So 2nd and 5, looking into the corner. He's got a man, touchdown, Falcons. Little down and out into the corner. That was Strader. First time we've called his number tonight.
Number 10.
10. Okay, it was Reisinger.
Popular young man.
Yes, I was going to say because I don't know what a linebacker would be out doing a down and out into the corner. So a nice point there, Scott, for me. I can't see that far for the numbers. There's a ball snap, put down and up and good. So that makes it 34-21. So now the Falcons have got to put some defense on the field as they're 20 seconds away from going into the fourth quarter.
This could be interesting. And here's the Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube scoreboard. The Hillmen came out hot in the 21 points in the first, and the Falcons only put up 7, and then they were blanked. But now the Falcons are gaining steam. They scored 14 now here in the third, and Placer, their offense seems to be slowing a bit. As we head into the fourth quarter, we have 20 seconds on the clock in the third. It's 34-21 in favor of the Hillmen, but this game is nowhere near over.
So back deep to receive for the Hillmen. We've got Hess and Valère.
Michael Wilson will kick off.
Wilson will do the kicking.
Deep for the Hillmen, number 5, Austin Hess, and number 10, Todd Valère.
Let's see if they kick it to the sideline again. I think I'd want to keep the ball away from Valère. He's been doing some damage tonight. Oh, somebody was offside. That'll move him back 5.
And the ball eventually went out of bounds.
Well, that's a break there if they can get a good kickoff. But I don't think they want to kick it deep. Move back to the 35-yard line. They'll mark it off on an offside.
I mean, their 4 backmen are guys that are used to having the ball in their hands.
I don't think this is time yet for an onside kick. We'll see if they can stay onside this time, and that's going to be kicked. Going to go out of bounds to get the ball in the 35, so they'll start in good field position. So Placer will take over on their own 35-yard line with 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter, up by 20. I'm sorry, up by 13. Now they're going to spot it at the 40. So good field position for the Hillmen. Looking to pass right over the middle. Nobody. And they're going to swarm them down at about a 3-yard gain. That was 25, making it top with Medeiros.
Medeiros on the tackle.
Along with some help from number 42, that's Valentine. That'll end the third quarter. There's your touchdown production. Game of the Week YouTube scoreboard. Showing that the Colfax Falcons scoring 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, still trailing by 13.
Colfax really came out in that quarter looking good. In that quarter alone, they had 100 passing yards. That is almost as much as they had in the entire first half. So their offense looking much more true to form. And that's very bad news for Placer. They got to find some way to put some pressure on Michael Wilson, because he's got a lot of time back there, and he's looking very comfortable.
Well, both teams in the huddle with the coaches. This is going to be a big fourth quarter.
There's a lot riding on this game.
I would even go so far as to say there's a lot riding on this possession.
I would agree.
Yeah, if they can come back with an answer to that last score, that could just about seal the deal. And
oh, my goodness.
Oh, look at that handoff. Breaks through and all the way down to the 17-yard line. That is Cameron Scott. Boy, he broke through that line, and he was off to the races.
He's a big guy, but he has very good speed.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the final here, the stiff arm, as he lays him out.
Could have been a face mask call there again.
When it's Christmas tree time, the music
Picked up an extra 8 yards.
Ball spotted on the 15.
Day after Thanksgiving.
Handoff again. He breaks through, and he's still driving all the way. Still driving down to about the 5.5 yard line. Boy, 6 Falcons trying to bring him down, and he's just driving his legs.
Again, the Falcons, or the Hillmen, finding great success running behind Tristan Schraber and Ryan Kuchenthal, number 70 and 71 respectively.
.10:54 and counting. That was a handoff to Scott again, it looks like. No, that was to Scott. Yeah, it was Scott. He's kind of winded right now, favoring his left leg a little bit.
At the 8-yard
He's been getting worked really hard.
Yeah, he's and they keep continuing to run that clock on these runs. The ball was moved back now to about the 8-yard line.
I mean, he's their bruiser back. He's their linebacker. He's their punter.
He's the pass rusher. So there's a end around this time, and going down to about the 2-yard line and out of bounds. That was Valor, the ball carrier, and brought down in there by Bryant.
at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line, so that'll be first and goal for the Hillmen as they're on the move again. Only 2 minutes have gone by since the Falcons scored, so this could probably put the frosting on the top of the cake right here if they can get this one in.
And short yardage, they've been going with.
Yeah. There it is again.
Number 42.
There, he walks into the end zone with a score, and that'll take the score up to 40-21. They could probably give him a rest now.
I would think he needs it.
What a game he's had. Was he the player of the game last week?
He was.
Well, I don't know. He sure put on a show here tonight. Here's the snap, put down, kicked, and up and good. 41-21, back to 20-point game again. I guess the wind picks up. It gets a little cooler here in Auburn, and like some of the fans have said, we're getting home early as they think they've got this one locked up.
Here's the replay again here with Cameron Scott just going straight up the middle, hard yards. But such a great job again up front by number 70 Tristan Schraber and number 71 Ryan Kuchenthal. Johnny Capra also has done a wonderful job, number 73 tonight, for the Hillmen up front. There's our Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube channel scoreboard. Hillmen strike first in the fourth as we move to 41-21, back to 20.
62 points scored tonight. Tip my hat to Pete DeFore. K-High. Set me straight. Okay, here we go. Let's see if the Falcons can answer. Deep kick. Can be taken at about the 6. Up the center of the field. He gets the ball to about the 25-yard line or 24, and it'll be 1st and 10 Falcons.
Well, traditionally in high school football, as you get near the 10-minute mark in the game, a 20-point lead is more than you need, but the style of the Falcons offense is pass first, which an incomplete pass certainly stops the clock, so nothing is really out of reach against a passing offense.
He got a good pass rush. He got a man. He overthrows him. Oh, collision right there. That was intended for Reisinger.
And that was Dominic Perez on the hit there at the end, which maybe not a necessary hit.
He had his man wide open, but Wilson just overthrew him. Shotgun formation again. Looking. They got out into the flat, turning up, gets to the center of the field, continues to run. Is going to be close to a first down. I think he is. That ball was Bryant on the reception from Wilson.
And Reed made the tackle at the 35. Yardage good for a Falcon first down.
First and 10. Another pass for about 5 yards up to the 40-yard line. They're going to have to start going deep, I think, to get back in this ball game because you're running a lot of time off the clock on these short down and outs. Problem is he's just not getting enough time to pass.
He's really not.
And that takes away that deep threat. So it's second down and about 4. Looking. And he's got several receivers. Now he's going to throw it away, and I don't know what they're going to call.
He was out of the box.
But I don't think that works in high school football.
Okay.
Well, there is a flag down now.
Yeah, it was late. There was no receiver in the pattern at all there. One thing I like about Wilson, though, is that he looks over the field. He checks out all his receivers, and he just doesn't look at the first one and throw it to him.
He doesn't panic.
No. Intentional grounding. Unfortunately, this isn't the NFL.
True.
Third down and 15. That is a really rally killer right there for the Falcons.
Well, the game may be riding on this one right here.
Yep. Now they're going to have to call a timeout. They ran some time off the clock as Martello is kind of surveying the situation. That was a big penalty right there. Well, he had no receiver, and he could have run it out of bounds, but he lost about 8. But they're going to the only trouble with that one, it's a loss of down also. So it's
a killer.
It is. So that brings up 3rd and 15. Both teams in a huddle with the coaches.
That intentional grounding was Colfax's 10th penalty.
Wow.
For 80 yards.
Yeah, that's a different. How about Placer? I don't think they've had. No, they've had one roughing the passer but the penalty wasn't stepped off because of completed pass.
Well, Placer has 5 penalties, and by my count for 41 yards.
Yeah.
Because the roughing the passer counted for about 1 yard.
Okay. So 3 receivers out here to the left, and now they're going to do the old hitch and go. No, they're going to just go, no hitch, and that Placer smells that one out. Doesn't even get back out to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down. I think they may be going for it, I think. It's 4th down and 11. So I think this is probably the smart thing to do. If you get it, fine. If not, they're going to bring the ball down. Okay, they're looking, right over the middle, and he's right into triple coverage, and he couldn't hang on, and that was intended for Harshman, the wide receiver, and Placer will take over on the Falcon the 34-yard line, and at great position. If you see a score here, and as cold as it is, I think you'll see mass exodus get to their cars early because it's getting a little chilly out here.
There's a moment of concern going on right now. Bart Every, wide receiver, defense back, running back, he's holding his left arm.
Inside handoff. They still have Cameron in the Scott Cameron in the Cameron Scott, I should say, in the ball game, and got a player with a cramp. That is Strader, Dylan Strader for the goes running off the field with a cramp. That's not going to do it any good.
Cramps hurt.
Oh boy, do they
badly, and they don't go away.
I'm surprised that Scott is still in the ball game. I mean, this is 7:25 left to go and counting. Come up the line of scrimmage. Handoff inside. And once again, that is Scott. The guy's going to keep running the ball off, running time off the clock by running the ball.
Flag made the tackle along with Medeiros.
Medeiros in on the tackle. O'Neill comes in with the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9. I imagine they'll try to keep the ball on the ground. I don't think they're going to pass. We'll see, though. Yep. Sweep. Nobody there. He could go. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, I believe it is. Placer. That is Valier with the touchdown run. I was wondering when they were going to do it. They did the same thing to Bear River that night. It went untouched. There it goes into the end zone. Wow, what a run that was. Anybody want to change their mind on who the player of the game is?
I like Valier. He's been very efficient when he does get the ball. It's a big play.
I still think Logan Strange is a good bet. He has over 200 passing yards on the night.
Well, you can't argue that. Well, we're going to have to, that's probably the last we're going to see of the first string players at this junction in the ball game. 48-21.
And he's twice his average. He's averaging 105 a game. Exceptional night. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right now Logan Strange is looking at 203 passing yards.
And here's the play here where Scott puts you to sleep by running it up the middle, and then Valier blows it open. And it's a race to the corner. A couple guys had an angle, but Valier can run.
I like that cut-in move.
That was real nice. Let him fly by.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, yeah, the old
Top Gun.
Top Gun, exactly right. And that's exactly what happened. And then he cuts it in and then goes into the end zone. 6:29 left to go in this ball game. And 48-21. Wow. Placer's putting on a clinic here tonight. Here comes the kick. Taking in there about the 10-yard line and trying to find a hole, and gets out to about the 22. Well, they'll take over. So how many yards passing does Wilson have tonight?
Wilson? Wilson right now is looking at roughly 220.
220. And what about Valier? Is he does he have 3 touchdowns, or does he only have 2?
I believe he has 3.
3. That's what I thought. Okay, I'll tell you what. You guys make the call tonight. I'm sitting this one out. I'm passing off to you guys. You're going to catch the ball.
So we know we've seen them for 2 weeks in a row, and we've seen Valier, and we've seen him do really well.
We have.
And But really, this is the first time that we've really seen Strange. We saw him be efficient, but we've never really seen him tally some big numbers.
Yep.
Yeah, he has been playing phenomenally today.
Well, I'll go along with that.
I'll go with the quarterback because he does have the ball in his hands so much.
7 for 9 on the night for 200 yards.
Wow.
Those are good numbers. Yeah, they're going to run for a first down, still driving, still on his feet, still going, and he should be is there a flag on the field?
There's a flag.
Right in that scrum.
Might have been a face mask. Rollins, the ball carrier. He's had a great night tonight, too. Personal foul, and it's going to be a face mask against the defense. That'll add another 15 yards, or was it just a, let's see, 15 yards. 5. Well, it's a unanimous decision on our Placer. Logan Strange, number 18, is our Bill Slayton Sons player of the game. Wins the award tonight. Of course, it could have gone to 2 other players, but we all agree that he's put up some great numbers here tonight. So looking, pass right over the middle into triple coverage, and that is broken up by a great defensive play in there by, looks like Hess was in on that.
The Placer defense is much better than really a lot of people talked about, because Colfax came into the game averaging 37 points a game, and they're only posting 21. And their offense has averaged just under 40, and here we stand at 48. Great game by the Hillmen.
End around, and that is Jackson trying to sweep. No place to go. He does a little juke move, and that didn't go anywhere. Maybe picked up a yard, possibly, maybe 2.
Jackson
yes.
Mason Sage making the tackle at the 41.
Brings up 3rd down and 9. Once again, if they don't get it on this one, they'll be in 4-down territory, as they've got to put some points on the board, but looks like a long haul here. Looking to pass. Wilson throws it. Could be intercepted. It's tipped, and it is. And coming up with that ball on that tip.
Bart Every was the
Every, yep. He made the interception.
And Frankie O'Neill got his hand on the ball.
Yep.
But it's interesting, Wilson is getting more pressure on him now, and they're only sending 4 guys off. Let's take a look at that again. If you remember earlier in the game, it was O'Neill that tipped the ball that the reception occurred, and that's O'Neill with the tip, and that's Bart Every with the pick.
I thought Tip O'Neill had passed on years ago. Sitter won't remember that, but you and I do.
Yes.
The name rings a faint bell.
A faint bell, yeah. You'd have to be paying attention in civics class there, Mr. Sitter, to remember Tip O'Neill. Speaker of the House, back in the Reagan administration, I believe.
He was a bigger guy, right?
Big, yeah, heavy set. Yeah, you're right there. So you remember. Good, paid attention. All right, here come the Hillmen. An inside handoff, big hole, and he's going to be close to the 1st down. Let's see who that is. That Scott?
It's still him.
Must be trying to rack up some yardage to help the stats. But I think I'd save him for next week, when they have a big game with Center. No, they play.
I believe it is Center next week.
They do. Yes, that's correct. Here's the handoff. New back in the backfield. That looked like LeBlue, the ball carrier. 3:03 and counting. That's short of the of the line of scrimmage. It lost about a yard. That'll bring up second down. They're going to take as much time off the clock as they can. They hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Quick snap. And it's going to get maybe just across the original line of scrimmage, maybe gain of about 3. That'll bring up third down, and that was Ryan Gray, the ball carrier, number 41, spelling Scott. Clock continues to run, 2:04. Falcons not in any mood to stop it at this point in time, so there's a end around again, and it's going to be taken out of bounds. That ball carrier was LeBleu again. That'll bring up now fourth down, I believe. Yes, it is. 4th and 6. I guess they'll punt. Clock continues to run. They'll run as much time off the clock. Back in the game in punt formation is Cameron Scott. He's done everything tonight. Timeout called. 48-21. Placer calls a timeout.
That is their third.
Strike up the band here is the Placer Marching. Here we go with the Bill Slayton Sons Trucking Player of the Game, Stookie Engravers, with that nice plaque. And there it is, number 18, Logan Strange, who had over 230 yards tonight, Steve.
203.
203 yards tonight on 9 completions. What, 7 out of 9?
7 for 9.
That's what you said?
Yep.
That's a great ratio. If you do the math, I'd say that turns out some great stats.
78%.
Yeah, you don't find that very often.
It's one of those quarterback rating accelerators.
I think so. Some NFL quarterbacks are be real happy to have those stats for a game. There's a low snap, but no pass rush, trying to set a return. Nobody back. It's going to take a Placer bounce. It's going to be down on about the 32-yard line of the Falcons, and I don't know what they got. How do you score? They'll have 140 left, and how do you pick up, if I do my math, how do you pick up 27 points in a minute 40? Anybody have any ideas?
I think you cheat.
Oh, is that how it works?
That's how that works.
Okay, well, here come the Falcons. Handoff, and he's hit. That was the ball carrier was Rollins, and he's hit Lenover at the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss. Man.
He's been a beast.
Oh, boy, he has really played a whale of a game tonight. Clock continues to run. They don't call the timeout. 48-21, 110 and counting. Second down and about 12. Let's see what they do. Shotgun formation. They're probably going to continue to run the ball. Yep. No, he's going to roll out fakes. Got a man at the sidelines, and I didn't see that number. I don't think we've called it tonight yet.
It looked like 88.
No.
Woodward on the reception from Wilson. Blackwell made the tackle at the 37.
So that a new face in the crowd out there. It looked like 88, but we don't have him on our roster. Unless we didn't get the third page of this thing, because 68 is the last number we have. Okay, it's the 24 seconds. Third down and about 7. There's a handoff up the middle, and it's going to go. Rollins will make the first down, it looks like. Next week, as this game comes to a conclusion, we're going to follow Placer down to center for the final game of the season, as it's going to be a barn burner down there as both teams come to the center of the field to congratulate each other. And your final score here, 48-21. It looks lopsided, but it was a lot closer than the score. But it's still a big loss for Colfax. They played well. And there's your Touchdown Productions Game of the Week YouTube scoreboard. It was all Placer in the fourth quarter, 48-21. So next week, Touchdown Productions and your Game of the Week travels down to Center High School to do the Center and Placer High School football game and play off with the championship. Placer now 4-0 in league play, 5-4 overall, and there's happy fans out here tonight.
It was a good game. Well played game by both teams.
The only problem was that Colfax had the ability to score, but they just couldn't hold. They couldn't hold Placer after they did score, and that was the big difference in the ball game. I think maybe the biggest play of the game was the bus driver arriving with the team at kickoff time.
You can't do that.
No, that's a tough order there. How about those Hillmen? Dwight Odom comes by, it says hello, and one of my golfing buddies from Auburn Valley, and they enjoyed the game. I'm surprised that he stayed for the entire game, as this was the fourth quarter. It was kind of a blowout for Placer, but he's a faithful. All right, Dwight. See you next week. Next week, we'll be at center with Placer, and your executive producer for tonight's game was Gilbert M. Dominguez. Director Daniel Paddock doing an outstanding job here tonight. Camera operator Chase Baxter and Cameron Hodges. The announcers for tonight's game, Marty Mortensen along with Scott Hopper and the late arriving Steve Sitter. Lynn Dominguez, our office manager. Remote facilities by the Commander 2. Commander 2 maintenance provided by Plaza Tire and Auto Service, Reeby's Auto Parts. Player of the Game Award, Bill Slade and Sons Trucking, Stookie Engravers, and that was Logan Strange. Touchdown Accounting, Cinto Graciano LLP. Well, we had quite a ball game here tonight. Final score was 48-21. All right, my memory is short-lived, but I remembered. There's the Placer team out there with the parents out in the center of the field and all their supporters. And we'd like to remind you that you've been watching exclusive coverage of Colfax Placer football on your Touchdown Game of the Week. And we'll see you next time at Center High School for Placer and Center. And don't forget, we've got over 1,500 telecasts that's available for you, 8 ways to watch us here on the Game of the Week. And for all of us here at Touchdown Productions, we'll see you next week on your Touchdown Productions Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.